Welcome back to the Debrief, where there is another vote underway. I'm Tony.
I'm Yaz.
And I'm Shakira. And before we get into the recoupling that left Priya and Aidan in a bit of a pickle, we've got the wonderful Sean and Lola with us. Hello, how are we?
Good, I think we're really good, yeah.
You guys literally just got back yesterday, right?
Literally got back yesterday, so...
I mean, you can tell from that tan.
I thought you said you were a little tired or something. I was like, oh, nice one.
Okay, explain the last 24 hours in one word. Go.
I've actually had fun, so I'm going to say fun.
Hilarious,
yeah.
I think everything online that we're seeing is really funny. Not all of it, but like we saw like some of the baby reindeer things.
The baby
hilarious.
reindeer one is cracking us
Yeah, that's
up.
really funny. There's a lot of funny
That is
stuff.
so
out
People
there.
are very
Yeah.
creative.
Very creative. They're actually good.
Very
There was another one. I've got so many. I'm like, as a dictator in one of them. I was like, guys. I didn't really fit in that one as well. Like, my face card was
That was
sad.
so funny.
It's nice that you guys can laugh about this.
Oh, 100%.
It's
No,
obviously-
big respect for that.
I think you two are probably one of the happiest islanders we've ever seen get dumped.
I feel like that's literally what we said when we came
Yeah.
out. We're
Yeah.
beaming. Like, everyone was crying. We were just like, no, it's fine.
Well, I imagine like the whole time you've been there, because you were so in love, it might have been a bit dull. Like at times.
Like, I feel like it came across that we're really dull. Like, we actually had to have fun. Like, we...
No, we did have fun loads of time. Like we were
Yeah.
doing so much fun things. We don't know what was aired of it, but
No.
I'd say watching us is probably boring enough because we found each
so
other day
boring.
one, and it's just
Yeah.
plain
I feel like
sailing.
it's only so many times you can be like, I just love Fitz.
Yeah.
He's just great. He's so fit. And
Oh, you said it plenty.
Like, so many times. I'm like, this is getting old in my head.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean? Every night round, they're like, oh, like dressing room or something. And they'd be like, what's everyone's plans for tonight? And I'm like,
yeah, I'd be like just skip,
I just
you
talk
know.
to Fitz. Like, probably just that.
So you guys went in the villa and found what you wanted.
Yeah.
End of story.
But we
So good.
actually were saying for a while that we wanted to go. That like we just weren't getting anything from it anymore, and it was just I don't know, it was just getting boring. Just want to start our life. So
yeah, I think-
when we had the opportunity to go, we were like, oh lovely, we can just leave now.
I think
Lola,
when
do you
get the
think
headspace
there's like
that-
anything that would have turned your head?
No.
Nothing.
Genuinely nothing. I think you could have like, to be fair to the Casa boys, they weren't really my type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just think I'd said so early on, no matter who came through that, I was just like closed off. And that's before I got to know any of them, like personality wise or anything. So I was just happy. I feel like when you've got someone who's like ticks so much of what you want, like more than I could possibly want in a
The
person.
grass ain't greener.
The grass is greener. And I'm normally a bit of like, maybe the grass is a bit greener, but with him, I'm like, no.
The grass is very green.
It's so green. It's astroturf. It's never dying.
The grass is bleached blonde.
Well, I mean, it wasn't all lovey-dovey. You did have a little bit of drama. Lola, you did say on After Sun that the Yulia drama did come from her side. What made you feel like that?
So I think with obviously when you see the show, you see like such a small part of what is such a big thing. And obviously to start with, like I had like just an issue with the way that Yulia was sort of trying to like crack on with Sean, Fitz, because I just think for me personally, I just don't like, he's come back and it's like, she's been flirting with me. I've heard from people he's her number one. And for me, I'm just like, I just don't love that. So I've obviously said my bit to start with. And I think even from that first conversation, she was then sort of going into the fact like, he doesn't love you. He needs the test because he doesn't love you. You're more into him. And then I think from that, it was like, okay, agree to disagree. We're sort of going around in circles. The next day, then at the fire pit, like, again, she's sort of coming at me, like, he doesn't love you, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you're hearing more and more in the meantime as well. And I tried to, like, keeping my composure with that, with the girls. The end bit of that was, okay, agree to disagree, we need to speak about it again, like, is what it is. Hugged it out. Then she tried to have more conversations with me. And I'm just like, okay, like, let's just leave it. And I think it was actually shown, like, one of the times I'm like, oh, I'll talk to you about something normal.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
on the sunbeds.
Yeah,
we did
I'm
see
just
that.
like, but I just don't want to keep rehashing because it'll rehash. And then obviously the daybed things happened where in my head, we've been chill the whole day. So we've been talking, I've been speaking to her, been talking about her job. Like, it's been normal. I'm like, very much like, probably didn't see it, but I don't love having grudges with people. I don't like the drama. The whole time up to that point, I've had no drama. I don't like it. So I just think like I was such a live and let live, move on kind of person. And then it was like brought up again on the daybeds.
That came out of nowhere for you, really.
I was literally saying, because they were like, I think Lorenzo was saying to me, she wants to talk to you and rehash it. And I was saying to him, I was like, we're going in circles. Honestly, there's no point. Like, I'm happy. Let's just leave it where it is. We've hugged, we've made up. Like, let's just leave it, agree to disagree. And obviously she then comes over and I'm sort of put in a situation where I'm then sort of being pressured to talk to her and she's coming at me as well. Like, I don't know what was shown, but like she's quite doing this when I'm talking. She was just calling me names.
Calling you weird, calling you boring.
Yeah. And just kept going around in circles. Like she'd have a point, but then you'd sort of squash that point, and then she'd move to the next point, and it was just constant digs. Like, he doesn't love you.
Yeah.
Da, 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 da.
And we gave her a chance to be like, what did I do that was flirty? And she was like, oh, no, but it's this. And then we were like, no, you have a chance now to say, you say I'm flirting. What did I do? And she
Yeah.
couldn't come up with anything.
No.
And then she started going at the love thing again and just, she didn't really have a point. She just kind of kept mixing around.
Well, I guess from an audience's perspective, we did see a little bit in unseen bits, didn't we? Of, I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen it
The
yet.
shoe
The
thing.
shoe
The shoe thing,
yeah.
yeah.
So we were like, oh, like maybe there is more to it, but we didn't see a lot of you guys in Casa, probably because you weren't really entertaining it. But I do understand how frustrating that must be for you. But from our side, it was like she tried to make amends with the whole kumbaya around the fire pit.
Yeah. Do you regret not being a part of that conversation with all the girls?
I couldn't see how it's been interpreted that was me being difficult, and I get that. But I think on the grander scheme, if you had seen how many times I tried to squash it and how many times it can be brought up, even when it was the challenge and she was like, oh, the couple I'd have said was this. And I think like we'd sorted this. I'd been so chill for her in the meantime. Like Charlene's left. I was like consoling her. I was giving her hugs. But it's so hard when people leave.
Yeah.
Like so I've literally been trying to be like friendly with her. So every night I'm like, you look gorgeous. I never really got it back. But every night I'd be like, you look sensational. She's like AI. She's unbelievably beautiful.
I know that
She's like a robot. She's unreal. So every night I'd be saying that, and I think like for me it was very performative.
Yeah.
And I think the fact that she had to go around that night again, I don't think it was shown, and do her apologies. Not once when I was in there have I ever had to do an apology spree. Whereas for her,
The apology tour.
the apology tour, I've never had to do that, and I feel like as a person, like I know obviously it's coming across like that was a bullying behaviour, but I think there's so much of it where Lorenzo on that last day when we left was hugging me for the longest time. He did not want us to go.
Yeah, he
close,
We were so
weren't
close, and I
guys?
think a lot of it, like reading between that, like if I was this horrible to this girl constantly, would he be hugging me, like crying his eyes out? No, why would you? Because if I was that, but again, like he had to apologise on her behalf to me so many times. It was just like a constant thing. I think obviously you don't see all of what's unfolding in those days.
Yeah. It was a big thing for Lorenzo because obviously he values his friendships a lot, and he really wanted you guys to squash it.
Yeah.
So I kind of sort of see like if he thought you were in the wrong, like he would have just stood by her side.
Yeah,
so
100%.
that's very telling. I guess one of the issues for me that obviously I've spoke to you now, so I understand a bit more, but the morals thing was a bit like, whoa. Because as a Casa bombshell, that is literally your role, is to go in and turn heads. And you were sort of saying, well, if you did, I just think your morals were wrong for doing that. Do you regret that now, or do you still stand by it?
I stand by that in the sense that I think where me and Fitz, we'd said I love you so early on, we've been so just each other's people the whole time. And he's gone in there and explained that. And then she sort of quizzed him on the test and he said, no, I love Lola. I'm not here for anything else. Like she's then tried to flirt with him on a couple of occasions. Again, I don't know. And you sort of shut it down.
Yeah, I don't know what was shown, but with the shooting, obviously shouldn't have done the shooting, but I did say, no, this is going to get clipped, like I'm not doing it or whatever. And I did like that, and she goes, oh, you'll undress me, but you won't redress me. But I don't know if that was shown either.
No, we've not seen that.
Yeah, so like, and then I was just like, all right. And then that was probably it, really, I think.
And I think hearing, obviously, she's coming and being like, he's my number one. And I think the other comments that came with it, like, he doesn't love Lola, I like him.
That is
He's my
difficult
number
to hear,
one.
yeah.
And I think for me, like, I would never, it's for me, like, not official yet, but we're basically boyfriend and girlfriend for all extent and purposes. Like,
What are you waiting for?
literally.
Well, I actually had a
in
big
that.
plan to do everything.
Oh yeah, this plan. We'll get
But
to
no,
that.
literally, it was going to go down, but then I just don't want to do it just like, oh, will you be my girlfriend? I want a nice plan in place. Can't just be rushed. If you want a special moment, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I think like knowing that, and then I think personally, would I go in and go for try and get the one boy who's the one saying he's locked off in love? And then I think the fact that after that she's like, I'm a Casa girl, he doesn't love you, and all that stuff, that obviously.
That was what was making
As well, the
you-
Casa boys were really respectful
So
to you. They all just
respectful
went,
to
we know
me.
you're locked off. not gonna-"
Immediately I was just saying to them, like, I'm completely closed off, like, doors still bolted, like, you can't get in, it's like a bank vault. And then not one of them tried it. They'd come and, like, just see how I was, but like, oh, you're really missing fit. So I'm like, yeah, we'd have nice chats, but it was never like
More than that.
trying to get that. And I think if they've had that respect, then you could also have the same respect. There was also, it wasn't outnumbered boys and girls. There was more boys than girls. It didn't have to be like, you have to go for someone.
And I think it was funny as well the way she questioned her love the whole time, said we're never in love, but then when she had a chance to dump us, she was like, but they're really in love.
They're
like,
so
we
in
should-
love.
we should send them, like, do you know what I mean?
They found what they came here
Yeah,
for.
so
I'm
that
like,
was
have
funny
we?
as well.
Well, I think we saw a lot on movie night. Obviously, you went in that challenge.
Yeah.
And I think what people were a bit confused by was, I think what we saw when you relayed it to Lola was like you kind of maybe like missed out little parts. But obviously I know like we only see snippets of what happens in the day. But obviously we were like, oh, that's actually quite a lot. But I think from your side, Lola, it kind of seemed like you were brushing it under the carpet. Because I think even
Yeah.
Yaz said it as well. And we were like, Lola, like speak up.
No, 100%. I obviously get where that's coming from as well. I think we had such a long conversation. I don't know if our longer conversation ever made it maybe onto there. I know we had like a briefer one, and then it obviously went like a longer one as well. So going into that, it was like, he had hands up was just like, it's going to look shit. But I think because going into it, I knew it. And as much as like, my favourite saying, the optics weren't great.
The optics weren't great.
The optics weren't great. I think a lot of it was like, I don't have an issue. And I think people probably like interpret this differently because it looked like a lot with the dancing and everything.
Yeah.
I have no issues when he dances. I literally said when we were doing the challenge, like, I hope Fitz gets a dance one because he'll absolutely smash it.
Yeah.
Because he does the little like the grinds. Like,
Do you like the little
round
whirl?
anyway, like, you're
I do
good
like
at
it. I do like
And
it.
I don't mind it. And I'm just thinking it's funny. It's what it is. And I think with the kisses and stuff, like we had like a boundary. We don't really do like long, passionate kisses with people.
Yeah.
The kisses, if you look at the kisses, were still very sort of in line with the boundaries that we'd set up.
Yeah.
And I don't like the dances. So to be fair, I get why people think like that looks dreadful. But me going into it, I knew what was coming. And as far as the dancing go, I never mind that. So that to me was irrelevant. And if you're just looking at the kisses, and three-way kisses, that's not really passionate, is it? It's a three-way kiss.
No,
It's not really that
I
deep.
agree.
It looks so much worse than it is. And I get why people would think it's like, like shock.
But
Especially
as well, like I did go through every single detail of
Every
it. So I
single
think when you saw it
detail.
then, it was like, yeah, I know this. Like,
I
it's
knew,
not
yeah, it was
anything new.
like, yeah.
Obviously, it wasn't good seeing it. Like, I still regret doing it. To be honest, I felt like I was cheating. I've been cheating on it. I actually felt like I was cheating. I wish I'd just been like, no, I don't really want to do this at all. But yeah.
Well, to be
No.
fair, it's a game and it's Casa. So
I know,
like,
but still, I
it's-
don't think a game should be an excuse for doing something stupid like that. So I take
Respectful
accountability.
king. But I think because we had this chat and because he's like that, like, why I've had this chat with him. I'm not going to just like gob off because I'm in
You
front
didn't
of
want to like go on
people.
about it again.
Yeah,
and
like,
again.
I think I
Weird,
defended you on that when I was like in a group setting. If you've already had the conversation on your own,
Yeah.
maybe it's not the time and the place.
I'm not going to rehash it. Like, we
going.
discussed it. And like, if it was stuff he hadn't said, then I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you've not told me any of this. But we'd had such an open conversation about it. And I have so much trust. And I think we trust each other so much that, like, I said to the girls immediately, they were just like, what do you reckon he's going to say? I'm like, if I ask him, he'll tell me the truth. And he did.
Yeah.
And I think that's all I can ever ask. And I think, like, so for me, we'd already discussed it. It was done. It was squashed before it even came up. So there's no point just going on about it, really.
Well, after some of the challenges and clips you'd sort of seen, we saw you sort of questioning the edit you've been given. What was it about that you were unhappy with?
I think for me, again, with the movie night, I think it was just sad to see that if that was what's being portrayed of Fitz, like inside, like obviously you've got such a long time of the day, we're with each other like so much of the day.
Yeah.
He is like the most incredible person to me. He treats me like all the girls just, oh my God, get a man like Fitzy, like his husband. He's like, does everything for me. I do try, like it feels like you're my little...
No, but I just feel guilty when she's doing something. I'm just like, no, I want to do it
I
for
wanna
you.
do it. I'm like, I'm going to go get a Solari. He's like, no, I'm getting it. It's like, run, which we love. But I feel like you just do everything for me. You're so like kind, you're so considerate. Like a couple of the other, I'm not like shitting on any of the other boys, but sometimes they do things you're just a bit questionable, like a bit like, I've never ever had something where I'm just like, no. So I think that, because I see that and I see such a good part of him and he's like incredible for like so much of it, for then to see that these like tiny little snippets which are being sort of maybe taken out of context, or obviously the Casa challenge, it was just a hard watch because I think that's so not
not
an
an
accurate
accurate
representation
Yeah.
of how incredible he is.
I think the one I didn't like was when it said that I said, what was it, that I went exclusive too early. Because obviously I did say it, but I was like, I'd never said it seriously.
It was very in jest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even things like that, it's just like, I know that was.
Well, the games are there to try and make you buy,
I know,
and
yeah.
you didn't
Yeah,
buy
literally.
to that. I think you completely denied it. You're
I
like,
think that's
nah,
why
I
we
never
were
said
so
that.
boring
Never
as
said
well,
that.
though.
We're so boring.
That's why we're
as
so
soon as
boring
there's
with no
any-
drama. We just
yeah.
like communicated normally and it was done. Whereas everyone else was just like,
Like,
what the fuck, you
okay.
know? And then, so yeah.
We're just talking, but like, okay, fair.
Yeah.
On a lighter note, we've talked about this all season. Sean, we call you the town crier. You're the gossip in the villa. Is it true or not?
I'm not. I'm not a gossiper. I just try and facilitate conversations for people. Like say Lorenzo and Yasmin at the start, like Operation Lasmin was go, trying to get that going.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, you were
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
go up to the terrace.
Even Marta, I don't know if it was shown, but Marta and Jordan, I was asking Jordan who's he like, and I asked Marta, and they've said each other. So I was trying to facilitate conversations for that.
Yeah.
Not push them, just help them out.
You're
Like
calling
someone like
yourself
someone.
Cupid.
Yeah, I was trying to do something because
Yeah.
we were just chilling together,
just chilling.
having our fun
That's
time.
what I
Then, like,
was
what
gonna
else will we do?
say.
So the boys call me SAS. So I go in and now finding information, go around and just relay the information so boys know what to do.
And the girls.
And the girls.
And the
Oh,
girls.
the
And
girls
the
as well.
girls.
The girls always
Even.
come to me as well. Yeah.
I'll never forget in Casa when Simba was like, which boy said that? And you're like, me.
Yeah, but
It was me.
Nevaeh took that so. I don't know what happened there. Like I was just like, yeah, I said it. What about it? Like, but he was. Yeah, Simba wasn't
He was like,
happy
oh
with
yeah,
that.
Fez.
He was like, oh,
Patched
Fitz,
down
okay,
really
grand.
quick.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are finding out the villa. Is there any plans that we've got on the cards?
Well, we already met your family yesterday.
We did.
Nice dinner together.
How was it?
Love him.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was so nice. He met my brothers, my mum
Yeah,
and
it was
dad.
so fun.
So cute. So I need to meet your family.
Yeah, so I think the plan is to do a few
Away.
bits here, then go to Ireland on Saturday, and then she'll come meet my family.
I
Oh,
heard you
no,
need a
no, no,
moving
can't say
company.
Well, yeah,
Are you
I've said I'm
moving?
moving. I'm 100%
moving,
moving.
yeah.
I think we're going to go travelling for a bit.
Yeah, we want to do traveling
Where are you
first.
going to travel to?
But I don't really know. We're going to say
We
like
kind of want to do like Japan, Bali. all the-
Oh, we want to go to
Bali.
Japan
Dying
so
to go to
bad.
Japan.
Yeah. So just do something like that, and then maybe when we come back, like you got football for a bit.
Yeah,
So we'll work around the dates for football.
You get to be a wag.
I know. I'm so excited. It's all I've ever wanted.
I know. We were ever seeing that in your VT. We were like,
Yeah, perfect.
Instead of wag or a Playboy bunny.
Yeah, I know.
like fairs.
We'll start with WAG.
Yeah.
We'll work up when I get my new
Stick with
boobs.
lag, I think.
last week, we asked you at home to vote for your favourite villa look using the Love Island app poll.
And thanks to the thousands of Love Island fans who did, we know we're not the only ones obsessed with pre-love fits.
We have the winning pre-loved gown right here, but first, the runners-up.
The rat and boa blouse worn by Lola, perfect for a little date night, evening when it's a bit chilly. It's got the ruffles, gorgeous purple.
The Nike Dunks styled by Sean. I would love to see my man in these.
And the stunning meshki top and skirt co-ord. I know I don't usually go for colour, but this look is iconic.
Which means the winning pieces, drum roll please. Oh, the retro fret crop top worn by Jess and Lucinda on All Stars. This is so chic.
And we have one final surprise. The winning look and all the looks here will be available to buy this Thursday on the special Love Island eBay Live, hosted by the one and only Olivia Atwood. We're sat.
So tune into the eBay Live on the 16th of July and find your next villa-inspired authentic pre-loved piece. eBay, sponsors of Love Island. If we need to get into that episode, what are your guys' thoughts on Prayden?
I love Prayden.
Yeah.
I genuinely feel like, I know from that it probably comes across as it's like, maybe for show, but I think knowing both of them, like they've been in, and it'd be so easy for them to jump to another couple, which would probably get them further. But I feel like, especially Priya, like I've seen that girl so upset about all these triangles. If she wanted to just make her life easy, she'd just go for Ethan.
Yeah,
but she really does like Aiden. Like she's, and they're so funny together, aren't they?
Yeah,
We said it from
I
the
was saying even
beginning.
before Casa, I think it was probably a week or two before I saw them in the kitchen, I think at lunchtime or something, and they were just flirting away. I was like, you two just need to honestly get together. And they were like, oh, no. And they were like, but they were always doing it. They're always all over each other. So
And they missed each other a lot in
Not
Casa. Like
shocked at all.
Priya was just
Really?
like, I just want Aiden back.
and
really
Aiden was saying it
cute.
too as a joke, but like I think he actually did mean
That's
he
yeah.
missed her. So
Yeah,
yeah,
literally. So we ship them.
we ship it.
I think they slipped up a bit tonight, mentioning the final.
Priya's just like, that's such her sense of humour though. Like I think some things I think have been said in the past as well. We're like, why is Nana obsessed with me? Like she is so that person.
Yeah.
Like she'd just say that as like an off the cuff like.
Like her humour's
I'm
very
gonna
like,
win.
tongue-in-cheek.
She tried to bring it back with like, oh, I mean, who do you want to spend the rest of your experience with? I was like, all right, Priya.
The cameras were rolling. You can't hide from them. And then obviously Yulia got involved in this new love square between the four of them. I'm sure you guys have really nice things to say.
No, it's not a shock to us, I don't think, because we've seen that the whole time.
A lot.
I'd feel bad for Priya as well, yeah. She wants a straight line, she doesn't want triangles. And I
Yeah.
think when one of your friends or like a girl's girl is going, like trying to egg on someone else to really go for someone else again and again, and they're like, no, just leave it. And she keeps going. It's obviously not nice to hear because you think the girl's maybe against you or I don't know what. And Aiden can do what he wants, like, and he was saying he is feeling Priya, so.
Which is really good because he really. The thing with Aiden, he can be easily swayed. So I really hope that she hasn't impacted them. But I think that's why she went over to Aiden because I think that
It
she
wasn't
thinks he
syncing with
can
Priya.
be. Yeah. So I think then she's gone over to Aiden to try and maybe get in his head a little bit because notoriously you can get in Aiden's head.
Yeah.
Like you just can.
Impressionable.
Well, no, I'll be so honest. Yulia really pissed me off this episode, and I have been a Yulia stan. She had no business getting involved with that, and even I thought the interaction with Lorenzo and Priya was very odd. Obviously, they've been friends, and she was obviously wanting to have a conversation, confide in him. And they actually said, can we just have a minute? And then she came back again. Like, what is going on there?
The only sensible part of Yulia's argument is that she relates to Alicia because she's a bombshell and she knows what it feels like. But other than that, it's literally none of Yulia's business.
Also, are we forgetting the fact Alicia didn't pick Aiden for a date, didn't pick him in the recoupling? It's not like she's been gunning for this man. He has been her second option time and time again. And Priya and Aiden have a good connection. And Priya has been saying, it's Aiden, it's Aiden. Aiden's been saying, it's Priya, it's Priya. Who is she to dictate to them how they should feel?
I was just going to say, I think this is sort of like an accurate representation of maybe the behaviours that she was doing when we were in there as well. And I think that she does just like involve herself in things, like even with her question how genuine people are again.
Yeah.
Is sort of like a stark record. That's all we got. She did it quite a lot of the other couples when we were in there as well. Just like, but are you genuine? Are you genuine? And I think that sometimes that does rub up people the wrong way as well.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes maybe she just needs to know when to sort of like let things go, especially when Aiden's there and he's been very diplomatic about it, being like, I see where you're coming from, but also this, but it just didn't need to go on to the extent it did go on.
Do you think eventually this is going to put Lorenzo off? Because he's obviously really self-conscious about the way his partner fits into his world and his friends and stuff like that. And I don't know, maybe her sort of meddling about a little bit is going to turn him off.
I think so, definitely. And knowing Lorenzo, he'd probably be my best friend in there, and he has said it before, like he wasn't sure to start with her because of all that. He's like, I don't know if I can do this. Like he wants to have a partner that when he goes on night out with the lads, like if he leaves for like 2 minutes to go to the bathroom, she'll get on with him and not start a fight with them. Like it'll be very civil. Like his words, by the way, not mine. But so yeah, he definitely, if that continues, he won't be too happy. But we saw him in the episode as well. He's fairly chill. He's like, what's the big deal? So I don't know if he thinks there's much in that. But if it continues, he probably will say something, I think.
Well, now I feel like it's going to spread around the whole villa and everyone's going to be talking about it.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. I would have liked to hear more of what Lorenzo actually thought about that because, I don't know, I wasn't expecting that from Yulia. We didn't see her causing the problems between you guys that much, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I think we saw like little snippets of it when it was you two, but it was just like little digs, and it kind of just seemed like maybe she was trying to poke the bear with a stick a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think now what we've seen from her, and like I did really like her, but at the same time she's kind of gone a bit like full force on this stuff. Like people will couple up with whoever they want to couple up with. Like if Priya's not feeling Ethan, like you can't force that connection.
No, exactly.
I think it is good giving opinions. That's what you're there for. But I think
Absolutely.
sometimes you need to bite your tongue and not always give it. Like, and I feel like sometimes with her, she just always needs to give it, even if it's going to have a lot of repercussions.
I think sometimes it was just like a controversial opinion. Then I think sometimes she said for that. And I think a lot of people in there had said to her on separate occasions. Like, again, I don't really know what's been shown, but I think Samwell said it to her a couple of times. Like, a lot of people going around were just like, you can have your opinions, but sometimes it's okay to just not share those opinions, especially when it's the opinions you keep sharing and it's causing like just drama with other people.
It's like a read the room situation.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole Aiden and Priya thing just kind of came out of the blue from watching it. Yeah, they were getting on, kissing, whatever, but now they have this plan to make it to the end. Like, do you believe in it?
Yeah, I
Do you think it's game playing?
I just don't think...
No.
I could see why it looks like that, and I do think, especially like from tonight's episode, I could see why that would come across. But I think knowing both of them, like, Aiden, I just don't think is thinking far enough ahead to have a plan, if I'm honest. Not in a horrible way, but he's just like taking day by day every day. Do you know what I mean? And we love Aiden, but like he's just not that person.
No.
And Priya, like, she is like most genuine person I've ever met. And I think coming in, maybe she was like misunderstood.
They do have a really good bond. We see it all the time. It is just, I think, progressing the romantic thing to see if it goes anywhere, but they want to give it a chance.
I also think from a game playing perspective, it'd be really stupid of them because hasn't Aiden been in the bottom and so has Priya?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
why would they come together?
And like come together and win it.
Yeah, that's a bit
But I also
stupid.
hope they come together and win it.
Yeah.
Oh, Yaz and Tommy, like them,
Yeah,
Yaz and Tommy.
too, yeah.
So are these your winners then?
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, guys. That is all for today. Have you had fun?
So much
good.
fun. It's been good.
Well, tonight there's going to be a public vote. I know we didn't really get a chance to speak about who we think is going to get it or not, but I think it'll be exciting to see what happens.
Well, we'll be here tomorrow to talk about it, so see you soon.